The federal government's not going to investigate Sam Bankman-Fried? You betcha Texas is. That article, another article about Sam Bankman-Fried getting sued, as well as a couple of cool NFT projects, Pudgy Penguins, Porsche, next on OG Crypto and NFTs. Welcome everyone, my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest in digital assets and NFTs. I know right now we have to throw in Sam Bankman-Fried. Yes, we go over them as well. But before we get into that guy and anything else we're going to talk about, let's go hit that subscribe button. We're growing like a weed that has been watered. You betcha. All right, so let's jump right into it. This was an article back in October I wanted to show, but it kind of connects today. Today, Texas came out and says, hey, we want to bring him in and we want to make sure this guy is going to tell the truth. So they have a meeting, or they have recalled him, I'll call it recalled, for February 2nd, 2023. He needs to be in court in Texas to answer questions about Texans losing money. So before we jump into that, we want to go look back, and really the only thing I can find besides a few people screaming and yelling that he was a fraudster was this article on October 17th. It says FTX Sam Bankman-Fried under investigation by Texas regulators. Why is Texas figuring this out and the state, or the United States and the federal government's not? Well, I think one reason is because of donations, and possibly because there has been some kind of bad doing that's going on, funneling money here to there. I'm not going to be getting into that too much, but word on the street is that money's being funneled from, the big W word, or Ukraine, back into American politics, and it's just a bunch of crap that you don't want to open up until they do a full investigation. But what is happening and what we're finding out is BlockFi is suing Sam Bankman-Fried over Robinhood shares. So as what Sam Bankman-Fried did was, after BlockFi was teetering a little bit about going into bankruptcy over Three Arrows Capital, Celsius, and Voyager owning shares in there, he came in and he tried to buy Voyager, but he couldn't come up with a deal. And maybe because Voyager was a little more cautious about FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda, but BlockFi was just looking for the golden parachute. And that golden parachute was the Black Widow. Male Black Widow, I want to call it, or you can call Caroline the Black Widow on Alameda. So what they did was he went up and they pledged, Sam Bankman-Fried pledged to give about $150 to $200 million, or I think it's $150 million, to BlockFi to actually try to make things whole over there and at least kind of reorganize BlockFi. Instead, what he did was he put his hand in that BlockFi cookie jar and pulled out a ton of customer money. Well, guess what he did with the customer money? He bought Robinhood shares, and he was going to be the leading contender to take Robinhood down or just take it over, because Robinhood has been teetering on whether they're going to stay in business or not. So Sam Bankman-Fried, as we're finding out now, wasn't going to continue the whole fraud just in crypto. He wanted to bring this into a much bigger realm, into all stocks. So that's why he was going after exchanges. Well, we're figuring out at this point that there was a good chance that BlockFi had lent him, hundreds of millions of dollars, but in BlockFi's Chapter 11 bankruptcy yesterday, it shows that Sam Bankman-Fried had still owed BlockFi. Now, think about it. Why would he owe BlockFi? Well, yeah, he stole money from him. He took money from him, about $230 to $250 million, and that's where he bought the Robinhood shares. So now they're suing Sam Bankman-Fried over the connect the dot. You took money from us to buy this, so we should be entitled to those Robinhood shares. We need to have the bankruptcy court over there in Delaware or in New York come back, sell the Robinhood shares, and actually make us whole on that debt. So that's what's happening back and forth. This is just going to be a complex mess when it's all said and done. Anyone from BlockFi, you're going to be lucky to get pennies on the dollar. It just was bad from minute one. They were actually being told many times over that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust was being utilized against some of the BlockFi depositors by BlockFi. So it looks like the scammer got scammed. Okay, that's a possibility. I'm hoping that YouTube doesn't block me for that, but we're gonna find out how many views I get. Guys, if I get under 25 views, I've been shadow banned. Next. Crypto exchange Bitfront shuts down. Get your damn crypto off of exchanges. I just saw a little stat today. I saw actually two stats today, which one concerned me, the other concerned me. Number one was people were putting money back onto exchanges, especially Binance. A bunch of money was taken off Binance. Now a bunch of money's been put back on Binance. One thing that I saw was that a lot of Bitcoin did go back onto Binance. It looks like some whales are preparing themselves for a capitulation event. I mean, there's so many things that can happen, including Genesis having issues, Digital Crypto Group, DGC can have issues. That's the parent group of Genesis. So there's a lot that's going on, and I think that people are prepared that if the capitulation happens, if they're selling, it's going to be a lot of Bitcoin hit the market, and it's going to be diving down. Now, I've seen a few people out there on CNBC and other programs talk about it's going to be a bloody Christmas. It will be green and red Christmas, mostly red. And so I don't think Santa's going to bring any gifts, but that's what people are saying out there. What we know for a fact that whatever our great Jim Cramer says, opposite will happen. Next. All right. So I'm going to bring in our illustrious and fantastic producer, Emmy. Emmy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
You're doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. You are excited, aren't you?
I am. This is actually really cool.
This is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Emmy does drive a Porsche in her mind.
In my mind, yeah.
In your mind.
I used to have the Porsche design sunglasses.
Oh my God. See, I learned something new like you guys learn the same time I do. Did you look cool? Can we?
Maybe I'll take them out. Archives for you guys.
Okay.
Maybe.
So guys, if you want to see Emmy in those cool shades, down below in the comment section, just put EMI, comma EMI, comma EMI.
Okay, so Porsche just entered Web3 with its NFT collection. They have done other Web3 things. I've reported on this before.
Yes. But
this is their first actual NFT collection.
Drop, yeah.
Yeah, and the way that they're doing it is actually very interesting. There's going to be 7,500 pieces, and it's based on their, 11.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to be starting to come out in January of next year. Now, the reason that I think this collection is a little bit different and very interesting is it's going to be designed by Patrick Fogger. He's from Hamburg. Mm-hmm. And he's a 3D artist that... Okay, so when you go to select the NFT that you want, you're able to pick routes, as they're called, your performance, lifestyle, or heritage. And with that feedback, he will create all of these in the way that you are asking it. Like, so you can't say like, I want this, this, and this, but from the category, right, you'll get a different. But
that's new because most time you just get. Just go in and put your name in, right? And you mint something, whatever you mint is you.
Yeah, whatever you get is whatever you get. So I think this is interesting that they're taking the user feedback for the creation. They're also using, it was called Unreal Engine 5. So that's like the program that they're using, the NFTs. And I'm just so excited about this. I think this is very, very, very fascinating. And I'm curious how the collection.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, 3 categories. I like the art, just even looking at the pictures, mm-hmm, right? The futuristic look. Yeah. And then you have like all these designs, right? Like that's like maybe the hot mom look, right? The one above might be one
hot
of the
crypto mom.
Hop C mom.
But yeah, so this is super cool. I'm very excited for this collection. When we see more of the art, we'll definitely report back to you. And our next topic, if you
Pudgy, Penguin CEO, on building a sustainable Web3 enterprise. This is very interesting. I got in the Pudgy Penguins a year ago, and there were a couple of guys that were really pushing and pumping this, and it just got really dicey, right? Really dicey, and unfortunately, a little mutiny happened, and when we found out there's no money in the kitty, these things went to nothing. And now they're building back a new company came in, a new guy came in and started building.
Luca Schnletzer.
Yes.
You have Luca to
Can you say that 3 times fast?
Luca Schnletzer. Luca Schnletzer. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name, Luca. It's quite fun to say though. So we would not have ever found out about Pudgy Penguins if it wasn't for Luca. There was an original founder, Cole Thurman, and his accompanying team that were accused of emptying the project's funds, and rumors of rug pull went crazy, and that's when a fan and now holder CEO Luca bought the collection for 750 ETH, roughly 2.5 million.
That's pretty good.
So they're being touted as one of the biggest NFT backstories ever.
Right. Well, I mean, and as a holder, we were very unhappy that he spent any money on this. Because when you looked in the treasury, and we were told there were money there, because the builders, I know one of them was Cole, he's on Twitter at the moment. He said that, oh, there's money there, and then all of a sudden he says, well, other people have had their hand in the cookie jar. So this went from a blue chip to a no chip to a potato chip. That's what it went to. Now it's back to blue chip, and
that would be a fun segment, blue chip to potato chip.
Hey!
That's too funny.
So, I mean, if you're out there, they talked about a children's show for the Pudgy Penguins. They're also talking about like figurines, stuff like that. So it's hard to really get a grasp on a lot of NFT projects in the bear market.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that we've now seen a little pump in the bear market. Why do we see a pump in the bear market?
We saw a pump in the bear market because, I know a lot of the ApeCoin stuff definitely helped with.
That's exactly what happened. We reported on yesterday, right? You reported on it yesterday, right?
Yep.
And that was kind of crazy how Emmy does the blue chip roundup, and she's like, "Oh my God, Troy, we're down to 51 ETH."
Well, we had like such a bring your daughter to the slaughter week, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, everything's up like 20, 25%. So it's kind of crazy when you look at the data every single events that happen to shape those.
Well, and it's kind of funny is that when you look at crypto assets, and I think it's going to decouple sooner or later, more sooner, but when Bitcoin goes up, it almost like pulls the market up. Well, in NFTs, when the Bored Ape Yacht Club goes up, it pulls up everything up. The community. It's almost like that Bitcoin, if I want to call it, because if you look at the cyberpunks, which were first before Bored Ape Yacht Club, they're not really on OpenSea, so they're a little bit harder to obtain. People jumped and got them, but they're just not. I mean, you throw it up as a symbol. But really, when Yuga Labs bought Bored Apes, and they bought and obviously the mutants came with it, and the me bits, and now the rumor out there that one of your favorite collections, World of Women, the premier female collection out there might be bought by Yuga Labs. That's a game changer. That's a real game changer. I'm personally, looking forward to seeing maybe the World of Women to fall a little bit more. I mean, they were up 25%, just like
because they're only worth between 1.5. Any type of jump like that.
It does.
It's not a small number.
Yeah.
But we still think that in the future, World of Women, especially if they're the labs will.
It will explode. I mean, we know that, back before as they were advertising, releasing the other side, which were the land plots, the 100,000 land plots, which they still have another 100,000 to release.
Yes.
And they've been putting that off, right? Because we're in a bear market. If you remember in that little space cap in their commercial, who was in it? Right, so they had a space capsule that was flying around in their commercial, and they had a mutant, they had a Bored Ape, they had a me bit, they had a couple of different other collections. But who was sitting in the back? World of Women. World of Women. And that's what makes it very interesting about this connection. Because if it...
So that means this was in talks for a while now. That's what that means for... Yeah.
So the interesting part is if this thing gets picked up, we're going to see overnight 3 to 4 times what it's worth. So at its height, World of Women was about 10, a little over 10 ETH, 10, 11 ETH. Now it's down, I think, where's it at today?
Like two flat.
2 flat, 2 ETH.
2 flat as of Monday.
I think it probably went just above 1. And now I look back at it, I'm like, dude, picking up at 1 and literally, and I get it. I think that in the next 6 months, we're still gonna have a huge capitulation moments. Sorry, guys, that's. But I literally think that one of the most undervalued collections out there is World of Women. I mean, that's a huge segment of the Web3 population. I think that more and more women are being involved, and I'm really proud of Emmy here that she's really, she's becoming more and more involved and understanding
Web3 literate.
Yeah, well, she's like to say Web3 literate. She's a little more than Web3 literate, but yes.
Yeah, we're doing the things, guys. Yay.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We will get back with you tomorrow. I'm trying to cut down on the Sam Bankman-Fried convos, but I mean, every day there's something new, and this guy is as dirty as the day is long. You guys take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
For Troy's birthday. Bye.